Hi everyone, Colin Hall, BizPlans UK. Today I'm going to pick up on the pestle analysis I introduced a couple of weeks ago, and this time we're going to deal with E for economics. Now economics is closely linked to other letters of the pestle analysis, so politics obviously, but also social, legislative and so on. So I'll try and limit this to just the economic factors. I'm not going to give you a long lecture on economics because A, I'm not an economist, and B, I don't want to lose the audience. So let's just say that economics is often called the dismal science for a good reason. When I studied it, I would ask my professor a question and I would get a, well, on the one hand and on the other hand answer, and he would never commit to a particular answer. And you see this reflected in things like economic forecasts. And unlike other sciences, which will give you a hard number when you plug something into an equation, economics can't do that because it's essentially trying to model the sum output of all human behaviour, which if you can do it, hats off to you, because nobody else can. So does that mean you should ignore economic forecasts? Well, no. Just like weather forecasts aren't 100% accurate, but if they say it's probably going to rain, you'd still take a brolly. The same is true for economic forecasts. Had to pause for low battery signal there. Apologies for that. So where were we? Oh yes, economic forecasts. So then they're not 100% accurate, and they never will be, because that's the nature of economics. It is the dismal science. But you shouldn't ignore them. Neither should you trust just one. Very few organisations that produce economic forecasts don't have some axe or another to grind, be it political, social, cultural, commercial, whatever. And very often they are looking through the lens of whatever axe it is they have to grind, or trying to create a narrative to support their axe. So try to find forecasts that are agnostic. It's not to say that some of these other ones aren't going to be accurate. The problem is whether or not you can trust them and trust the motivations behind them. So go for several, see what they're saying, and the things to look out for as a small business is stuff around the corner that may hurt you. So if people are saying inflation is going to go up, that may cause you problems, because it may well be then your staff will ask for pay rises, which you need to be aware of. And of course, higher inflation, the less money people have, and the more economic turbulence. You also need to keep an eye out for deflation. We don't really get it in the UK. We had a bit of a flirtation with it a couple of years ago, but it doesn't really happen. When it does happen, it can cause a lot of pain, a lot of problems. You only need to look at Japan and its stagflation for the best part of 2 decades, which is in large part due to deflation. Obviously, interest rates are important. Higher interest rates means borrowing is more expensive. And it also means that the cost of servicing the government debt is more expensive, which leaves them less money, leaves other people less money, and then you get slower economic growth. So keep an eye out for certain key economic indicators. Look for multiple forecasts, not just one, and don't fret too much over it, because there's little you can do about it. And there's little governments can do these days. So much of what's going on in the economy is driven by things outside their control, and the markets are always bigger and badder than governments. So take care, see you soon.